What's good, YouTube? My name is Jalen, and yeah, let's just get on to it. This is a trade recap of how I made. How much did I make actually? I think I made. I'll put it down in the comment section. But today I made 250, 230 something rands. 20, let's just say 230 rands trading the Nasdaq. Um, yeah, so we get into it. Let me put myself on this side. I'm sorry for that. Just just so that we can see the chart clearly. So today I'm gonna this is a trade recap for both today and yesterday. Hope yeah. For yesterday though, um where's that? Where is that? Actually let me start off with today. Or do you guys wanna see both days? Okay. I'm just gonna start off I'm just gonna do today's trade recap. Yesterday I made money, I wanna trade. Um I wish I could show you guys, but unfortunately I have screenshots. So unfortunately that one's gonna go on my Discord. If you wanna join the Discord, I'll put the link down below in the description. You can do whatever you can, please. It shows my previous trade recaps, psychology, everything. There's educational content in there. If you want to grow with me, see me with me on this journey, you can pull up. But then, yeah, today I traded Nasdaq, and yeah, man, this was a very, very patient trade. But starting off, let's go on a 4 hour time frame. Let me hide these things. So starting off, I was super, super bullish. On the S&P 5, I was super super bullish because obviously we're in a bullish structure, as you can see on the 4 hour time frame. We recently yesterday or today, was it? Yeah, yesterday we broke structure on the 4 hour time frame. We filled this in opening gap, which was the drawn liquidity for yesterday. I actually my trade yesterday was actually from on this candle actually. Let me just show it pull it up real quick because it's not even that much of an issue to be honest. Um, yeah, 980. Um, the trade that I took yesterday was around this time 940. I think I took it right around here when price actually started inversing. I'm sorry. Um, this was 940. Yeah, I took this trade with the stop loss right here, and TP was at the. I'm so sorry, guys. TP was actually right around here on that 4 hour high. So let's go to it real quick. Yeah, my TP was right here, but unfortunately I did not hold all of this 3RR, but I did definitely hold up until this area right here, and it started consolidating on me. I just said, nah, I'm good. Reason for my trade, actually, yeah, this is a trade recap for both days actually at this point. Reason for my trade, I was bullish. We swept out sell sides. Sell side, the only draws on liquidity that we had was uh, these lows. Same thing. It looked exactly the same on the S&P 500 with these lows, but I didn't think we were gonna take them out because on the S&P 500, this specific low, actually the one that I'm on right now, we had already taken it out with this candle, and then from the SMT, and really there was no reason for us to take it out anymore. I did. I would have liked if we did take it out, but we actually didn't because at the time this price was already here. So I just knew that we're gonna take out this fair value gap over here. Um, and then this place higher. I got a 1 minute inversion, then we went higher, and then this was my TP. But because I wasn't patient enough, actually took out my trade right over here, which gave me a solid one. Let's just say a 2 RR trade, and then I made I think 300 and something. I don't know. Yeah, around like 300 and something rands. So yeah, that was it. That was my That's my trade recap for Thursday. For Wednesday, actually, it's gonna take a long time if I do this. So I don't want to take up most of your time. Um, I want to keep this short and simple. So yeah, today I was bullish. Really. Okay, let me just remove everything because we already know. Okay, this is a clean chart. So today I was bullish. My draws on liquidity were because on the Nasdaq was this high, which at the same time this high was it has a fair value gap of our for hourly fair value gap. That's the only high that we actually do have. And I was also looking at this low if we did sweep it. I didn't really think we were gonna sweep it. Same thing on S&P 500. This was my high, my TP, and for not my TP, but then this was the high I was actually looking at. The only draw on liquidity on the 4 hour, which was super high. On the sell side, that's it. So 4 hour high and 4 hour low, and then we trail down on the 1 hour. The green lines are the 1 hour lows. So I marked out this 1 hour high. Um, this I marked out this 1 hour low. Let me just mark it out on the Nasdaq because we don't need a lot. I marked out this 1 hour low, which we already had taken out. Oh, actually, no, we didn't take it out. I marked out this in 1 hour low and then went down onto the lower time frames. And then I marked out these 30-minute gaps, both of them at the same, both of them. So basically, I wanted price to, because price was already high. I didn't want to enter from this area. I just wanted price to really just take out either one of these lows. Actually, no, not these lows, and tap into the gap, 50% area of the gap, and then really just see a displacement higher. So it really actually took a lot of time. This was equilibrium because I was looking at this gap because first off we didn't fill this 30 minutes, so I wouldn't want to enter longs then. And yes, I could have entered shorts, but then really I just wanted to stick to my bias. Um, we had this 50% area that we hadn't filled out. I was going to fill it out, and then if we drop onto the 5 minutes, which majority of the time I was chilling on the 5 minutes. When market opened, really we just started crashing. We just crashed. We took out these draws of low risk liquidity, draws on liquidity. Um, we took all of these out. Yeah, we took all of these out. We went into the gap. I didn't want to see an entry. Okay, the only when went into this gap, I wouldn't have minded if we bought, we started buying and then invest this 5 minute gap, and then I would have entered loans, potential loans, and to go like with stops right over here at the low. If this can be invest loans with potential highs of going right over here, would have been a nice one. In the 4 hour high would have been a nice one, but that never ended up happening. We just kept on going down the hill. Let me go to the kitchen. Okay, so we never ended up doing that, but we just continued to go lower and lower, take out this entire 30-minute gap, and then also we took out this 5 minute low, which was nice, honestly. This was nice. Took out this 30-minute low, and at the very same time, we tapped into the 79% extension area, which was a big confirmation that we were about to go higher. Then we started consolidating for like, I think like a good 20 minutes. Um, so when we got over to this area, because I knew that okay, it was about time for us to reverse. That is when I scaled down to the 3 minutes. I was looking for a potential 5 minute. Actually, no, I was looking for a potential 5 minute break of structure. And guys, I'm sorry I'm not showing you S&P 500 because literally it did the same thing. When the market opened, it just went higher to about this high, these highs. I could have entered shorts right over here when price broke structure, and then targeted these areas right over here. But um, like I could have taken shorts right here after price swept with this candle. Stops at the 5 minute high with TP at these lowest liquidity, but I didn't want to do that because again, sticking to my bias, and Nasdaq at this point had already taken out over these lows and was already inside the gap, the 30-minute gaps. So it wasn't that much of a good trade for me to want to take because again, I'm bullish. Could have reversed on me at any given moment. So yeah, when we got to this area, the only areas I was actually looking at, I started marking out this high. Um, okay, I marked out this high as if we break structure, I'm gonna want to enter trades here, like a 5 minute break of structure, I would have entered or waited for a 5 minute fair value gap. If you took this type of trade, 5 minute break of structure to change mark the structure of the price, then enter on this, maybe find the potential 1 minute inversion on this gap. Let me change the color of the fair value gap so that you can see it on a lower time frame. Also could have waited for that, but really, let me show you. Also could have waited for this, and then after price taps into this, fair value gap, maybe wait for an inversion, 1 minute inversion, 1 minute break of structure, which we got both of them at this area. We got this 1 minute inversion. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, could have gotten this 1 minute inversion slash 1 minute break of structure, entered longs right there. Keep messing up my twos. Entered longs right there, stops at the 1 minute low, which would have been here, and then you could have targeted this area as a as your TP, or let me see something here. Or you could have targeted this area realistically about this fair we gap for a good 1 to 2 RR. I could have done that. I could have waited for that, um, but I didn't. I had already entered this trade at this point. Or you could have targeted this area, which price realistically I feel like it's still gonna go to, or maybe the top of this fair value gap, which is still a good trade at 3 RR, right? Still could have done that or higher. Depends on you. But I still found a good entry, and at this point, I only when it hits 30 plus 10, I'm done trading. I don't want to look at the charts anymore. To be honest, I don't want to wait longer than an hour to look for my trade. I would have been off, and I would have been done. So, but then luckily for me, at the time where I was like, you know what, I'm done. We actually found a 5 minute break, 5 minute. We actually went up a 5 minute break of structure at this area, but I didn't even wait for that because I went to the lower time frame in 3 minutes actually. When this candlestick broke structure, I actually entered because this was the first real highest time frame break of structure. I didn't want to wait for the 1 minute break of structure, which would have been um, right here. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh yeah, what if I could have entered on this 1 minute inversion? Oh yeah, yeah, I saw this 1 minute inversion, but I didn't want to wait for it. I wanted a high time frame break of structure, not the highest time frame, but a high time frame break of structure would have been in 3 minutes for a better confirmation for a trade. I entered, and then instantly 2 minutes after we started dumping like crazy. But I wasn't scared because really patience. Like this was a good trade to be honest. Let me remove this for every gap. Um, Started dumping, but then we created this. Oh yeah, at this point I entered with the two lot sizes. I was trading on my live account, entered two lot sizes, risking 200 for a potential max risk, max of what is that? Yeah, max of because this was the high I was targeting. Uh, I was targeting I was 200 for a potential of like 400 and something, 400 rands and something for full TP. So yeah, obviously I didn't hold up to that area. Yeah, but when price dumped, it created this fair value gap, which I was really hoping on. This time I was panicking. It didn't get invest for a couple of minutes, but at this area, the S&P 500 had already invested this gap. So let me show you the S&P 500. So same thing on the S&P 500. S&P 500 second candle it had inversed, and then S&P 500 was buying. So I wasn't really scared for anything. The only thing that mattered to me was that we had this 15-minute gap, this green one right over here, which would have been an area for price to start reversing at. But I had conviction. I had a strong conviction in my trade, and S&P actually bought like crazy. Man. If I entered here, would have been bought like crazy. The thing is, I don't trade the S&P 500. But then yeah, so Nasdaq as the lagging pair bullish. It was obvious that Nasdaq was the lagging pair today for bullish structure actually for not sell side. Sell side S&P was a lagging pair. S&P was more bullish, Nasdaq was more bullish but a little less bullish. But then yeah, um, after I saw an inversion over here, I was like, okay, now we're safe. We invest with this candle, and then we started buying, and then this 5 minutes actually, I put my this 5 minute high was actually my break even. So when price got to this point, I put my stops to break even. Um, I didn't close yet. Um, was that this was my break even, but I didn't close partials yet because I was showing my conviction, and then price started going higher, and then when it got to this point, that's when I actually closed partials. Not this specific point, but then yeah, somewhere around here, I closed partials for like hundred rands, and then now my full team was like 200 and something rands, and then I just let it run, but it was running for a very long time. I could have just stopped and held it, and then I would have been good, but I didn't want to hold the trade for that long because it was only just but it was only just like 100 rands. So literally, when price started consolidating right here, like going down, consolidating, doing all this shit. Mind my language. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for that. Um, I actually closed right around here. So yeah, this is where I closed my trade because in this consolidation area, I actually closed right around here. I think. Wait, did I close here? Um, no. I closed right around this gap. So yeah. I did. I closed here. I closed here, right over here, and then I made I closed this area, and then I made 300 rands for the day. I think I made no, I didn't make 300 rands. I made 250, 230 rands for the day. Yesterday I made 300, so I'm up like a good amount for the week. So on the day before I made like I think 100 rands, so I'm actually good. I started off the week with 200 rands. Now I have um, 900 and something rands, close to 1,000 rands. So yeah, this is good. Tomorrow is gonna be Friday, my last trading day. Gonna be good. Nasdaq, I don't like that Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq, I could have held, but then it was taking too much time, and it still wouldn't have hit as of yet, and it was about to be thing. What's the other session called? It was about to be um, lunch hour, and I didn't really want to hold a trade throughout lunch hour because right now it's just accumulating, nothing's happening. So yeah, thank you for watching today's trade recap. So one is to 1,7. I think that's pretty good. Um, what could I have done better? Genuinely, genuinely, actually, nah. Genuinely, actually, I'm happy with this trade. I waited. I had conviction in my trade. I had patience. I didn't enter early. I had patience and waited for this proper setup, and then I took it. I'm happy with myself. Like I want to keep doing this more and see more improvement and consistency in my efforts throughout the future. And yeah, I think that's that for yesterday's trade. I actually took a bunch of trades, but I took like 4 trades. But then yeah, my bias was correct. Thing is, I would have just loved to have entered one single trade and not multiple trades. But yeah, we're good. Thank you for watching. Oh, I could show you the RR for this week for today, but generally I'm just lazy. So tomorrow my trade recap, I'll show you the not the RR, the PNL. I'll show you the PNL for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. So yeah, the weekly PNL. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe.